Hey guys, how we doing? It's Karl here again, and this time I'm holding the camera so you ain't going to get a look at my ugly face. Just want to do a progress report on how we're getting on with this Les Paul kit guitar from the Guitar Warehouse.ie. This was a Stella guitar. If you remember, it was a very white finish on it. I think I described it as a pair of nun's knickers. Anyway, that's how white it was. And what I've done here to get this type of colouring into the body, which I think has really turned out well. I was going to go for a kind of a greeny more lemon drop type effect. But when I started adding the lemon colour dye, it came out just far too yellowy, and you can just see tints of it in there. So what I done was I mixed in some browns and a little bit of red just around the edges to give that slight burst kind of effect. And I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I think it looks really well. To get that kind of a finish, what I started with was I used a black trans tint dye. I coated the whole body, which you can see on the back. I allowed it to soak into the timber. And then just proceeded to sand it off. And sand it off, and sand it off, and sand it off again and again and again. Just till I got it down, till I could just raise the figure on the guitar. As you can see, as is here, it's got a beautiful figure. It goes to about here and then it kind of fades out. Like I said, these are kind of hit and miss on these figure tops. This type of veneer maple, you can either get a good one or a bad one. This isn't a great one. But it's still, with the colouring in it, I think it's come up quite well. It has a nice effect to it. I don't know whether the camera's picking it up, but it looks a hell of a lot better in real life. Okay, what I done was, after I sanded it down, I started to rub in the lemon. It's a trans tint amber. It was a yellow, which I diluted with water and got it down to that lemony colour. I wasn't too happy with it. It was a bit too bright for me. So I proceeded to rub in a little bit of the brown, the trans tint again, and just deepened out those corners. Started to rub it and just sort of bring it into the centre. Just rubbing it in, that sort of pattern effect to get it into the centre. And then just added a small bit of brown to that lemon. And just really just fucking around with the colours, and that's what I got up with it. And I'm really happy with the way it's turned out. I think it looks really good. It's got a nice, just a nice finish on it. I've applied the first coat of tung oil onto it, which I rubbed in, and this is the tung oil I use. That's the brand there. It's available here in Ireland. And I just gave it its first very, very light coat, and I'll leave that for 24 hours. I'll give it a little bit of steel wool rubbing over, and then I'll apply a second coat. With this actual tung oil, I diluted it down 50-50 with some white spirit, turps, just to get it half and half, 50-50, just to bring up that, you know, it's not too harsh and it soaks into the wood. It just gets a good soak into the wood. And then the second coat, with less and less tinners, we'll use less and less white spirit, more tung oil as the coats go. Recommended 4 coats, but the coverage I wanted this to toughen it up, I'd probably give it about 6 to 8. Here's the neck, which is still a little damp. I've just finished rubbing some trans tint into that too. This is the black. And I haven't done anything with the headstock as yet. I just wanted to get the dye set into it. And then what I'll do is I'll just pair off the shape that I'm looking for. And that's basically it now at the moment. So I'm quite happy with that. There's my box of rubbish, my tints, dyes, sandpapers. I've been out here busting my ass all day, sanding, and the weather's quite nice outside, so it's a bit tiring, but I think it's worth it. I'm happy enough with the finish. Again, guys, if you're ever looking for one of these kit guitars, you can check out the first video or any of my other videos. I picked these up from the guys in the Guitar Warehouse.ie. They're based in Kinsale here in Dublin, Ireland. And super company, great bunch of guys, very helpful, very customer friendly, and well worth checking out. Okay guys, I'll keep you posted on how I finish up with this project and what the finish is like. So far so good. Thanks for watching guys, take care, all the best.